Good morning. It's Friday the 15th of January 2021 and it's time for Boris's Best of British Bulletin, episode 26 with me, DaviePHD. It's been another entertaining week in post-apocalypse Britain. Sorry, did I say post-apocalypse? I meant to say post-Brexit. Got confused. Mind you, if those food and medicine shortages get any worse, you never know. In Scots Unionist news, well, it seems the Brexit Party are back in Scotland. The party have changed their name to Reform UK, but are still led by Nigel Farage. In a stunning bit of early electoral success, paid for by the Conservative Party, they have an MSP already. After quitting the Conservatives in November, Michelle Ballantyne MSP will now lead the charge for the Reform Party at Holyrood. This is, of course, the same Michelle Ballantyne who couldn't even defeat Jackson Coleslaw in the race to become Scots Tory branch office supervisor earlier in 2020. The Reform Party will be running as a list-only party in Scotland, and given that 24 of the Conservatives' 31 Holyrood seats are list seats, we at DaviePHD's Indy vlog heartily encourage all Unionists to consider voting for Reform UK. Scottish Labour branch office supervisor Richard Leonard has quit, just as the latest opinion polls indicated that his party would overhaul the Tories while simultaneously losing 3 seats. I'm not sure who could possibly replace him, but I for one would like to thank him for his years of service to the SNP. Now, it wouldn't be Scots Unionist news without a moment from Scots Tory branch office supervisor Dross MP. After 18 polls in a row showing majority support for independence, he is looking for any way at all to derail the SNP and the First Minister. So this week, his branch office demanded that the Salmond inquiry be expanded to see if the First Minister breached the ministerial code. But this conveniently ignores a few things. Firstly, Nicola Sturgeon referred herself to the Parliamentary Standards Panel back in 2019, so an investigation into her conduct is going to happen. Perhaps if the Scots Tory had a branch office supervisor who actually worked at Holyrood, they'd know this. Secondly, where was Dross MP's concern for ministerial codes in the Parliament where he actually works when Priti Patel was proven to have breached the Westminster ministerial code but was let off? So Dross MP, I believe in fairness. I'm happy to let the due process play out, and if Nicola is guilty, we can treat her the same as Priti Patel. Let her off with a wee half-assed apology. That seems fair. And starting a very fishy theme, my very own oxygen thief. Sorry, there I go again. My very own Member of Parliament, David Duguid, was on BBC Radio on Thursday morning. When asked how long it would take to fix the seafood supply chain problems caused by Brexit, he responded, "How long's a piece of string?" Here are some of David Duguid's best bits of him fighting for our fash.
We're just about to speak to the Scotland Office Minister, David Duguid. What's your message to him?
Stop lying. He's lied to the Scottish fishing industry for the last 4 years. The North East Coast of fishermen are dismayed by what the Tory government have told them. They've led them down the garden path. Stop lying. Get the trade back moving again, because if not, there's going to be hundreds of people, thousands of people on the West Coast and around the inshore waters of Scotland. We'll be out of business.
Are you a liar?
No. Next question.
People were promised sunny uplands. Where are they?
I never used the expression sunny uplands, for one thing. I don't recall, to the best of my knowledge, having ever lied about anything, and I strongly refute that accusation.
We will get the best deal for our fishermen across the United Kingdom.
My honourable friend is absolutely right. For folk from Buchan, Murray and indeed across the United Kingdom, a sea of opportunity beckons when we leave the European Union.
When will things run smoothly?
Well, how long's a piece of string?
Is this the kind of support our fishermen can expect from the Conservatives? UK seafood deliveries to the European Union have now been halted until January the 18th because of Brexit. UK fishing's been plunged into crisis with lorry loads of live seafood being abandoned due to a failure to send it across. And the poor fuckers have got to rely on that? In the absence of any certainty from David Duguid, I'm afraid the only certainty offered to Peterhead fishermen came from me in 2017, the day after David Duguid was elected, long before this blog even started, where I assured everyone in the local fishing community that they had misplaced their trust and that this wasn't going to end well. In UK unionist news, clearly the news of the fish chaos hasn't reached Leader of the House Jacob Rees-Mogg. According to the Dickensian pencil impersonator, there's no problem at all with our fish. In fact, our fish are fucking delighted.
The key is we've got our fish back. They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
You know, I've always wondered why a fish swimming across an imaginary line immediately becomes a British fish. Those lovely brown-skinned people who came here in the Empire Windrush helped us rebuild our country after World War II, drove our buses and nursed our sick somehow weren't. I know we've become accustomed to disappointment from UK government ministers, but you'd think that the very least we could expect from our government ministers is that they have a current handle on major developments within their area of responsibility. Basically, it's called being on top of your brief. But no, that's apparently far too much to expect, especially of Fisheries Minister Victoria Prentice MP. She gave a frankly shocking confession that she'd been too busy organising a local school nativity trail to read the long-awaited Brexit deal. Victoria Prentice told the Lords EU Environment Subcommittee that we were all very busy when the details of the agreement were circulated on Christmas Eve, in my case organising the local nativity trail. Boris Johnson defended her, saying she was busy. On that basis, I suppose we'd better hope that if any nation, wants to declare war on the UK, let's hope that our enemies have the good grace and consideration to do it on a weekday during normal office hours, and not near any public holidays, especially if they want us to be good sports about it all and fight back. Supermarket fresh fruit and veg shelves across the UK are starting to look a lot like this. Marks and Spencer's and Sainsbury's being the hardest hit. This is having a particularly hard impact on Northern Ireland, whose special deal is actually turning out not to be very special at all, as most fresh produce for their stores crossed the UK land bridge. Now, Brexiteers often refer to the Dunkirk spirit of plucky Brits, that we defeated the Nazis, and now that we have our patriotic, if slightly less useful, blue British passports back, perhaps another old familiar book from the past will soon return. Yes, I can see this one making a comeback if this bellendary isn't fixed soon. Yeah, it's the good old-fashioned World War II ration book. Never mind a coronavirus vaccine, we're 2 weeks into our proper Brexit, and at this rate of decline we'll soon be needing treatments for scurvy and rickets. Well folks, I think you'll all agree. What a fucking shit show. Which leaves me with one question. Are you yes yet? Stay classy, Scotland. DaviePHD.